thought I'd give a little tour of my yogurt making process. In this case, using a half gallon of raw milk, and basically just stir and stir while you're heating up, checking the temperature regularly, and I heat it till it gets to about 190 F-ish. So have that sped up here. Takes 15-ish minutes. Be coming up on 10 minutes here soon. You can tell without a thermometer, but I like to take the guesswork out. And when I get closer, I turn down the heat a little bit. Now, if you're going to heat as aggressively as this, you definitely want to be stirring the whole time. Now, once you get there, transfer it into a container for cooling. And you want to stir it regularly while it's cooling so that it doesn't form a skin. Putting it on a rack like this helps with the cooling process, but you can speed it up even more with either a cold water bath or an ice water bath. I'm gonna show you what that might look like. So yeah, that's cool water. If you're not using ice, you have to change the water pretty regularly because it'll warm up. But you basically want to get it between 110 and 120 F. And if I remember correctly, this took about 15 minutes, so we'll be around the 30-ish minute mark when we finish. And once it does get to that sweet spot, the only other ingredient comes into play, and that's a existing yogurt culture. Now you can use store-bought yogurt, but you can't keep using store-bought yogurt. So if you use an heirloom culture, which I have, you're able to just save a bit from every batch and use it in the next batch. If you use commercial yogurt as your starter, it's going to weaken after 2 to 3 batches. So there's my culture and some more jars. I'm going to put some of the milk into the culture and stir it up to loosen it. Add it to the main batch, get it nice and stirred up and mixed in. And I'm going to fill up these quart jars pretty much as full as I can and close them completely and put the remainder into that culture jar. Now I'm going to put them in at 110F in my proofing box, and I'm going to leave that for about 20 minutes before turning it down 15 degrees, and then after another 20 minutes turning it down another 15 degrees to 80F. And then leaving it for somewhere between 6 to 12 hours. So the next morning, taking them out, you can check them to make sure they've set, and into the fridge they go for at least 24 hours. So we're going to pull them out, and the optional step of straining them. Now this is raw milk yogurt, so there's going to be some cream at the top, and I thought what a better way than to put that in a nice piece of fresh homemade bread. So just a little side quest here. Kind of getting that cream off the top. And enjoy that on a piece of bread. And add a little bit to the culture jar so it's ready for next time. And everything else is going to go in my yogurt strainer. And then back to the fridge. I like to strain it for somewhere between 12 to 48 hours. See all the liquid whey at the bottom. Now you can save that. I use that in bread making. You can compost it, put it in smoothies. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. And then your final product is some delicious strained yogurt, which you can put it in a jar and save in the fridge. Very creamy and delicious. Anyway, it's a pretty easy process, but definitely worth it. Hope you enjoyed.